Did you know that Icelanders eat some pretty unusual foods? From puffin and horse to fermented char, sheep's head, reindeer, ram's testicles, and even whale meat. Will we try them all? No promises, but we are definitely tasting a few. Some might be surprisingly good, others, well, we'll see. We met our Icelandic tour guide, a funny, enthusiastic girl right in front of the concert hall. It's a modern building on the Reykjavík seafront that worth a visit even if you're not attending a concert. The glass interaction with light makes the building change colors depending on the angle from which you see it. Okay guys, this video is not about the concert hall, but the Icelandic food tour. I had the pleasure of meeting these wonderful people and sharing some amazing moments with them. Our first stop is seafood restaurant. We are going to try honey-baked Arctic char in a pan fry with potatoes and tomatoes. We also try cod with potatoes, but the sauce took it to a whole new level, unexpected, different, and deliciously yummy. We kicked things off on a good note and made our way to the Icelandic parliament.
And a fun fact, Iceland has the oldest parliament in the world. It was found in 930. And it used to be in Þingvellir. You know, it's our national park with tectonic plates, yes. And then in 1881, they moved it to this house.
Back when Iceland was ruled by Denmark, falcons were super valuable. Kings and emperors loved them, and Icelandic falcons were considered the best. But today we are not hunting falcons, we are here for some seriously delicious food. First up is slow-cooked lamb chowder with carrot puree and radish sauce. And for something a bit more adventurous, we are giving orca meat a try. Meat in Iceland is 100% GMO-free. No weird stuff here. Iceland takes food quality seriously, and it shows. The animals roam free, munching on lush green grass all day, which makes the meat taste extra delicious. Top-notch dinner. But, of course, that kind of goodness comes with a price. Let's just say our wallet might feel a little lighter after dinner. Now it's time to try the famous hot dog, and here a little history behind it.
Like in 1939. And it's so old compared to the rest of the city that first came the hot dog stand and then came the pavement. And what the Icelandic hot dog has is it's 80% lamb, then it's 10% pork, and 10% of hot dog stuff.
Cool.
We don't talk about that. And the most famous phrase in the Icelandic language is eina með öllu, which translates to one with everything. And what everything means is we put ketchup and mustard, and then we put remulaði, which is like kind of a Danish sauce. It's kind of like relish mayo type, but not really, but yes. And then we put onion, and then we put fried onion. So that is what I'm going to encourage you to get. Okay. But if someone has some special requests, you can be first to order. Okay. But I won't judge, it's just easier for me.
I might do no mustard.
Okay. But it is different mustard here. It's like creamier. It's like hot dog mustard. But follow your heart.
And hold on guys, before we move on to the next spot, we've got another fun story for you.
I said we have such low crime rates. We have an average of 1 murder a year and 150 people in prison. So they don't really waste any tax money on security. So they just have 3 cameras around the house. And if you would knock on the door, then Bjarni Ben would probably just open himself. If you would stay here for a whole day, you would just see him go in and out to his car.
Wow.
So yes. And this statue there is of Hákarl VI, Danish king. He's handing over the constitution to us when we gained liberty in 1944. And how that happened was that the Danes the Nazis had taken over Denmark. And we had this contract that was about to expire. So we just said, hey, is it okay if we can get our liberty? And they just said, sure. So we didn't even have to fight.
Brace yourself, we're about to take Iceland's ultimate food challenge. Next up, fermented shark. And Icelandic beer to wash it down. Will it be a bold delicacy or a test of bravery? Only one way to find out. Let's do this.
I think I have it.
Skål.
How'd you say again? Scar.
S-K-A-L.
Try it?
Scarl.
Okay. You ready with the 3?
1 second. She
One
did
second,
that
sorry.
one.
I'm so nonchalant.
Oh, gee.
Because it's like,
When it was time to try the fermented shark, I managed to get it in my mouth. But swallowing, yeah, that was a different story. I usually try anything and don't fuss over unusual flavors, but this one, let's just say it's an experience. You think you want to taste it until you actually do. Definitely one of the weirdest things I've ever tried.
Yeah, I did 3.
Are you still eating?
I can do that.
I did all.
The soup was absolutely delicious, and let me tell you, it was a lifesaver after that fermented shark experience. Iceland doesn't have grand castles, but it has its stories. This is where kings and scholars wrote ancient scripts packed with Viking adventures, mythology, and epic history.
have any like castles or stuff like other places in Europe. We have the scripts. You know, for example, the guy that wrote down how everyone was related. And also like our sagas. Iceland is sometimes known as the story island, the saga island. Because we have, you know, the Norse mythology and all the old Icelandic stories. They're in there. Pretty cool place. And next to it is the National Theatre. And the same architect who made both of these is the one that made Hallgrímskirkja, the church.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, because the government only had one architecture at the time, so he threw everything. Yes.
Here is our final stop. Café Loki, named after Loki, the mischievous god from
And
Norse
what this
mythology.
place is really known for here in Reykjavík is that it's very family run, so it's like a family business. They're also very famous for their rye bread recipe. That's been in their family for 65 years. So what they do to the rye bread that they don't sell is that they chop it up, bake it, and then they turn it into ice cream. So we are going to be trying some rye bread ice cream with whipped cream and rhubarb caramel syrup. Are we excited? Yeah. Okay. We go to the 3rd floor, guys.
As we enjoyed our sweet treat, we've got into conversation about Icelandic horses. Did you know they are super special? Horse meat is actually popular in Iceland, but what's even crazier is that once a horse leaves Iceland, it can never go back. No horse imports allowed. The strict rule exists to protect the breed from diseases, since Icelandic horses have remained pure for over 1,000 years. So once an Icelandic horse competes abroad, it's saying goodbye to its home forever. And now it's time to wrap up my Icelandic adventure. I hope you enjoy it, and if you ever want to try all these Icelandic dishes along with the fun stories to go with them, I highly recommend this food tour. You'll find the Reykjavík food tour link down in my description, and if you like to support my channel, feel free to use that link. It won't cost you anything extra, but it does help me out a bit. Seriously, if you are in Iceland, don't miss this experience.